welcome back to the We'll Take It From Here podcast, guys. Another week, another episode. This episode is sponsored by Honest Supplements. Taking care of your health shouldn't mean overpaying for supplements. That's why Honest Supplements is changing the game by offering high-quality, lab-tested supplements at prices that actually make sense.
While most supplement brands keep raising prices, Honest Supplements keeps it simple with just a 50% markup, helping customers save an average of 40% per product.
So, guys, whether you're looking for daily vitamins, sports nutrition, wellness support, or weight management products, they've got you covered with trusted ingredients and transparent pricing.
If you're tired of paying premium prices for the same supplements, head over to honestsupplements.com and see how much you can save.
Guys, this show is also brought to you by Elevation Strength and Conditioning, which is a one-on-one online coaching platform designed for combat athletes by combat athletes.
In a world where informational overload is common, cookie-cutter programs seem to be the norm. It is impossible to know what you should be doing.
So it doesn't matter your experience level, guys, weekend warrior, amateur fighter, or maybe you're even seeking to be in the UFC. Elevation Strength and Conditioning is here and is designed to train you to the best of your ability to perform at your highest level while preventing injuries.
If you want to take your game to the next level, Elevation Strength and Conditioning is here to help.
So guys, visit the Elevation Strength and Conditioning website and mention that We'll Take It From Here sent you so they can hook you up with the free strategy goal to make your goals a reality. What's up going on, guys? Welcome back. We'll Take It From Here, episode 240. I did little bit,
But
just started there and did that, and that's why there was a little hiccup.
So, for whoever doesn't know, when we go to do the edit, all I hear is Joe when he starts his every time.
I've cut it out the past actually 2 or 3 episodes, and I just did it a tiny bit there, and it threw me off. But you're watching the best episode. Best show in the world. We are international.
Yeah.
Best episode of the best show. Episode 240. We'll take it from here, Joe Timmy. No guest today, as you can see.
We kind of have 2 special guests right now, but they're just
guests.
hanging out of frame. So
Introduce them. They're
Maverick and May, my puppies. When I say puppies, they're not puppies, but yeah. So maybe Mike will make an appearance right here.
Yeah. So we got the mic over there, just in case May wants to pop up and give it a little kisses and her take on things. So we are. What is it? It's August already.
Is it August 1st?
It's August 1st already,
damn.
dude. What is that? That's insane. I cannot believe this summer has flown by. This summer is a weird summer. A good summer, but a weird summer.
It's always weird. After middle school, I feel like the summers is just weird.
Yeah, right?
Maybe high school. Maybe like once you start driving, then it's like a different weird.
And then once you start working and you don't have summers off, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
It just goes right through.
It's like, oh, summer started. Cool. I got all the time in the world. And then it's August 1st.
Yeah, right?
It's like, what the fuck?
When
did this happen?
Jesus.
But also, it's August 1st. Unless you're someone that works in the school system, summer goes through September.
Yeah.
My favorite time of the year to go down the shore, September. The weekend after Labor Day.
Because no one's there.
No one's there. And it's the best. The water's getting the warmer still because the sun's still out. It builds up. It's slow.
That's
So my favorite time to go is the weekend after Labor Day.
I don't think I've ever been to the beach, like for a vacation after Labor Day. So I didn't know.
It's the best time to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. A buddy of mine grew up in Cape May, so we go visit his family. And we went the weekend after Labor Day. And like, it's called local summer.
Yeah.
Because that's what all the Bennies go home, and the Shoobies, the Rock Power fans
go
home because everyone's back in school and stuff. So it's like people still vacation who aren't in school, but it's all the locals still going out.
That's awesome.
So we would go down to Cape May. It was fun.
What the hell's a Benny?
It's a Shoobie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see if I can find this.
Yeah, I've never heard that word Benny, man. That's crazy. I love it though. We're all set here. There's something a little bit of a difference in this episode. Let us know down in the comments if you know what it is.
A Benny is a regional American slang term used for year-round residents of the Jersey Shore to describe flashy, loud, and bothersome tourists. Benny is an acronym for Bayonne, Elizabeth, Newark, New York.
They're fucking talking about...
It's all the fucking assholes that come down
yes, I hate
from the city areas, and then they act like it's still the city.
Yeah.
Come, visit, cool. What's the word I'm looking for?
Did you say Bayonne, Elizabeth, and Newark?
Newark and New York.
And New York.
NY.
Sense. Yeah. NY.
Yeah. Come. I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's such a night. Anyway, come. You're coming to Jersey Shore. Come to that culture.
Yeah.
Don't come bring your culture. Assimilate. Thank you. Come assimilate.
Yeah.
And be yourself, but like assimilate. This is where we are. When you go down to Louisiana, you're not going for fucking pizza.
Yeah.
You're going for
crawfish.
For crawfish. Yeah. Exactly. I'm sure there's other stuff than crawfish.
There is,
but still, that's my point.
It's good. Yeah. I've had the crawfish down there. Yeah. It's really good.
So it's like don't wear your fucking socks with your flip flops to the beach. Don't do it. Come on. Let the dogs breathe.
Let the dogs breathe. Oh, fuck. Yo, that's funny as shit. Anyway, learning new stuff every day. Like I said, before we get into what we want to talk about today, there is something different about this particular episode. I want you to know. Let us know if you catch on to it. Don't be afraid to comment, guys. Comment.
No. Please comment. Go out of your way and just say stupid shit to us if you want. Whatever.
Yeah,
just any comment's good comment.
We had a couple of people. I'm trying to get the TikTok going, and we had a couple people two people said, "I don't know what everyone's obsession is with Britney Spears and why everyone thinks she's so hot like that." I was like, "What the fuck?"
All right, hold on. Back in the day, we're talking about, not now, not post craziness.
We're talking about 25, 23.
When I was a teenager and "Hit Me Baby One More Time" came out.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that was like, it wasn't like even a good song as a boy, but it was like, oh fuck, it was like "Justice" or something like that. Now I gotta look it up.
Womanizer?
No, it wasn't that. It was like she was like singing all softly and stuff. Yeah, let me see. Now I gotta look it up.
Thank you for that, though. There's been a lot of people commenting on that, and definitely check out that episode.
I got you guys good with that.
You did. Bro, you fucking really hammered me home. We are.
I'm a slave for you.
I'm a slave for you.
Is that her? Or was that?
Yeah, that is.
That was a good one.
I'm not gonna be singing that all fucking day now.
The one that really did me dirty was "Dirty" by Christina Aguilera.
Yes.
As a teenage boy with that fucking music video.
Christina Aguilera.
Back when music videos was a thing. What was it?
Back when MTV was actually a music channel.
Yeah. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I know.
You can blame Rod Deerdeck for that.
Really?
Dude, that's a weird rabbit hole. He somehow finagled his way into being the only show on that thing, like, shown. There would be days where it's just ridiculousness.
Yeah, ridiculousness, yeah.
He like snowballed his contract into like having like equity or something. I don't know, some weird shit. He was able to do product placement in the shows, which is like unheard of typically. But like he somehow like inched his way in. Basically, MTV was his unofficial channel.
That's pretty.
And that's the whole reason why he went downhill. But I mean, also at the same time too, it's the modern era. Outside of ridiculousness, like the MTV, like the type of show on that channel was just random.
It was random, but also think about this too with MTV and the way that society and modern society is lucky. Yes, but modern society is like you didn't really need to sit in your house to listen to music. You have it on your fucking phone now. So like you didn't need to have MTV anymore. So
but like that's the original MTV. It morphed into like high school kids coming home, hanging out, doing nothing.
Yeah.
When they're supposed to be doing homework.
Yeah.
Like Next, Room Raiders, Road Rules,
Pimp My
Ride. Fuck, I forgot about that. It was on MTV. Yeah, all the Silent Library was a fun show.
That was fun. Silent Library.
Was Andy Milonakis on that?
Andy Milonakis was.
Yeah. So it was like that. It was like that weird niche of like middle school, high school kids, and like kind of college. It was like the target audience. Like they had Teen Wolf for a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess it's like high school and like early college people.
Milonakis was either MTV and MTV2 or Comedy Central. I forgot, but it's one of those. It's interesting.
Yeah. So the Rod Deerdeck conspiracy on that. He's downfall on MTV.
Love it, and that's a perfect segue into another conspiracy. Perfect. I didn't know how we were going to get.
Put my hat on.
Yeah. Put the tinfoil hat. And folks, for those of you who probably had 17 boosters, excuse me, who can, have a fucking aneurysm when you hear the word conspiracy. All these are allegations for really cool stories from soldiers. So while they're allegations and they haven't been proven, I'd like to believe it's probably real. And I actually think I believe it. I believe it because of how we don't get told everything, right? But
so I plead the fifth.
Okay.
I plead the fifth.
Oh, plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Yes.
That's in reference to the booster shots.
To the booster shots. I plead the fifth.
Before we get into the next topic.
Yeah.
I saw something in his diary or something came out. There's evidence that he had like an aneurysm or something post the vaccine
the COVID shot, and then
he had on TV.
Yes, and then he had elite, quote unquote. I hate how they use that. My mom's so right. Fuck that word for those people. He had globalist treatment.
Yeah.
Elite treatment, quote unquote. And he was then fine, and he then pushed the fucking shot anyway.
Yeah, that's an evil person.
And he just
if that's the case,
exactly.
If that is true, then you're an evil person.
And yeah, well, that guy's fucking crimes against humanity. He gets a preemptive pardon. You don't get a pardon for something that you haven't done yet. Why are you getting a preemptive pardon federally? And you're pleading the fifth. Like, if you're innocent, dude, you're not pleading the fifth.
Well, I'm gonna defend him on that. I don't care what the case is. I'm not fucking responding to a single thing. You have to. All the burden's on you at that point.
Sure,
but supposedly because he has a pardon, he no longer has the Fifth Amendment protection.
Yes,
it's not self-incriminating. He can't incriminate himself because he has the pardon.
Yeah, but sure. But at the same time, when he did all of those pardons, or excuse me, fifths, I think now that's there's like a law where now he can be investigated. He fucked himself essentially. Like they can like look into him now because he pleaded the fifth so many times.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, into the other topic of the elites not telling us shit.
Oh yes.
What are we talking about?
So it's been circulating. Have you seen on the internet the video
Paint
circulating?
Paint us a picture. I've seen all. Yeah.
Yes.
So
the Kandahar Giants.
Yes. So I saw Rogan had this guy Tim on talking about it, and I saw a clip. I told you it was Sean Ryan, but it was Rogan had Tim on, and then that's the second guy he's had recently talking about it. It was the Canadian arm wrestler?
Yes.
Something like that.
No, he's a Canadian Special Forces as well.
Yeah, but he was an arm wrestler. Yeah. So he was talking about his experience with it. And I don't remember. I listened to that. I don't remember that clip of it. I listened to too much of that stuff anyway. But the most recent one was in that. So, it's kind of interesting because a lot of firsthand experiences talking about it. If you listen to that episode, Sean Ryan's been talking about it. The podcast you sent me, who's that podcast you listen to?
It was Real AF, Andy Frisella.
Yeah, Andy Frisella talking about it. So it's starting to come into the forefront.
It's coming into the forefront, but it's been around. It might be 24 years now since it happened. And the allegations, so allegedly, right, for don't get an aneurysm, back in 2002 for Operation Enduring Freedom, right? Yeah. I read a little bit on it now. There was a group of soldiers that were in the mountains of Kandahar, which was the makeshift capital during the war for Afghanistan, because Kabul is the actual capital. So they...
Is that anything to do with the word Kabul?
No, that's a great... It's spelled Kaboul. Kabul, really.
Nice.
Great question. They being soldiers were on a mission, and apparently they lost communication. So they lost communication to the command center. And they were like, okay, we got to send a special operations unit. So special forces went in to go investigate. Allegedly, a giant, it changes, but let's call it a 13-foot giant.
Yeah.
Okay, with red hair, apparently 6 fingers, and allegedly 2 sets of teeth.
2 sets of teeth.
Yes. Came out, right? Came out, and they said it had blazing red hair. Came out and threw a spear and killed one of the special forces. This is the eyewitness account, whether it's true or not.
Didn't they all die, though?
No. So, well, yes. So, the original units that weren't special forces went in there
and died.
Like were being eaten by the
giant. That's the parts I heard.
Yeah. And then when the giant came out, he smelt like dead bodies, threw a spear, killed one of them, so they opened fire for 30 seconds with M4 carbines, and they were also shooting...
M4 is a 223.
Yes.
5.56.
And they were also shooting rounds, so they must have had other guns with 50 cal, I believe.
Sniper?
They were having...
you
know what? What was it?
Good girl.
What was it? Okay. I'm reading it from, what's this fucking... alltheinteresting.com. Allthat'sinteresting.com, but this is, allegations. Between them, the squad was armed with full auto M4 carbines, recon carbines, semi-automatic, and M107 Barrett anti-material rifles firing 50 cal BMG, or I guess .50, that's 50 cal, right? 50 caliber. BMG, reads one report. It goes, this much firepower concentrated on one target for 1 second, let alone 30, would be extremely destructive.
And here's the thing, too, is they're special forces, so they're hitting their target.
Oh, yeah, they're hitting.
Did it say what range?
No, it didn't say what range.
That's only dictator on how many rounds we're actually hitting, because M4 is only so accurate, especially shoulder firing. you know.
But it was close enough for a 12-foot or 13-foot giant
Yeah.
to throw a spear and kill one of them. Which
I would say, like, just how far can you throw a spear is probably how far that thing can throw it. Precision and lethal.
Yeah.
Maybe further. But, so 30 feet.
So 30 feet.
50 feet.
And apparently, so the story goes, they kill it after 30 seconds. It's dead. They call in the army. The army then basically boards, we have a guess, boards this giant, right? Mm-hmm. Puts it on a helicopter. The helicopter then brings it to a plane to be taken off. Okay? Never heard of again. They made the soldiers, they don't know who those soldiers are. They made the soldiers sign NDAs, so non-disclosure agreements, and then that's it. Yeah. So they kept it a secret until apparently now it's coming out because they said that people deserve to know the truth. So that's the story, man. And that happened in 2000. I've heard this way before this came out.
Yeah.
It's just now it's coming out now.
Well, the other thing, too, is the Bible always talks. And so listen to that episode. He talks about the references in the Bible and stuff and the people and historical reference. What you can say with that, with historical. I don't know if you can cite the Bible as historical. But supposedly this is what they're talking about.
Yes.
9 to 12 foot giants is what they're talking about here. And then they go on to talk about these giants may have some kind of eternal life or some shit. That's where it starts to lose me a little bit.
The eternal life, I don't know, because if they actually killed that thing, it wouldn't be eternal. But I think it goes back to what you're talking about is the Nephilim, with the fallen angels mating with the human women creating the giants. That's
well, it's
the Book of Enoch.
It's not eternal life. They were saying they can communicate with them even after they're dead. So it was something to do with like they put the giant tombs, and then some cultures would like incubate like teenagers to go become men would sit above the giants in like some sarcophagus or whatever to absorb the giant's energy. I think that was the one thing we talk about.
So apparently. And allegedly, when we were in Afghanistan, we went to Iraq, right? And the story behind that is Saddam Hussein. But apparently they found in Iraq, I think, is that, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that ancient Mesopotamia?
Probably.
Okay. Somewhere along those lines. They found, quote unquote, allegedly, a portal. Like they found the Ark.
Yeah.
So that's when...
Ark of the Covenant?
Something like along those lines. They found something, right? A gate. It was like a gate, right? And then the army went there, the military went there. I remember
hearing about that.
Yeah, you heard that, and like Hillary Clinton was like obsessed with going there, or something along those lines. I don't know. But actually, I do have historical, because yes, Bible, I would say you could say it's historical, right? And
well, it's definitely historical, but can you use that as historical, like... well,
it depends on what...
like a history book. Like, it's a historical document, but is it does that book... record history?
Well, I think it does, because I believe it's real. So I think it definitely records history now. How much of it has been either excluded and how much of it has been tampered with, that's a different story. Now, if you want to go on actual, what we traditionally know as historical, let's go to Abe Lincoln's. Have you ever heard of his Niagara Falls?
Yeah, that was the one quote that came up. He talked about giant bones or something.
Yes, but look what he says. Okay, so let me actually get this up here. Okay, it's very, very long. He goes to, so essentially in 1848? Yeah, so on September 25th, 1848 to September 30th, 1848, he sees Niagara Falls, and he writes down something. But look what he writes. He writes so much. I'm going to read this last paragraph only. But still there is more. It calls up the indefinite past, when Columbus first sought this continent, when Christ suffered on the cross, when Moses led Israel through the Red Sea, nay, even when Adam first came from the hand of his maker. Then, as now, Niagara was roaring here. The eyes of that species of extinct giants, whose bones fill the mounds of America, have gazed on Niagara as ours do now. There's more. But
that's very specific. It's not
very
like
specific.
That isn't like, so I thought there's like, because I didn't hear the whole thing, and I thought, all right, maybe it's just like misworded, or like it could be cryptic or whatever. But that's very blunt.
It's very blunt.
Like, it doesn't seem like cryptic. It doesn't seem like a metaphor or anything.
Sure. And you know what though? Let's play devil's advocate against ourselves. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But the people who are skeptical about that, the extinct giants, Joe, he's talking about dinosaurs. Great. Why not say dinosaurs? He specifically said Moses. He
Yeah.
specifically said Christ. He specifically said Noah. You think he would say and the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Not the giants.
Yeah. Well, I heard a conspiracy theory that T-Rex is actually a dragon.
Dragon. I like this one.
Yeah. That's a whole nother topic.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know too much about that one, but the whole theory behind that is that dinosaurs weren't real. It was actually dragons. And then, right?
So supposedly, like 80% of dinosaur bones are assumed based off of the bones that they did find. So, like, if there's a skeleton of a T-Rex, there's only like 20% of the bones.
Mhm.
The rest of it, they just made up.
That's
like the
insane.
history.
That's actual, like...
So supposedly the stuff behind dinosaurs is very murky water.
Yeah, it's murky water.
And there was like a dinosaur bone finding race, like the Cold War race.
Mhm.
There was a race for finding dinosaur bones, and there was these couple people, that kept finding stuff.
Sure.
Just happened to keep finding stuff, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, right? It's
I don't know.
Look,
I'm skeptical. Here's the thing.
Very
everyone,
skeptical on that one.
I'm always skeptical of everything, and
Sure.
it's just because you say something doesn't mean it's correct. You need to have backup evidence. You can't just have me blind and follow anything. So even
Sure.
with these topics, all this stuff, it sounds good what I'm hearing, but I know that's not the full story, and I need more evidence before I can before I say that's definitely it or not. It's strong. It's a strong evidence, but doesn't mean it's correct.
Sure.
You know, stinky cheese smells like stinky cheese, and you bite them like, oh, this is delicious.
It's good.
You know, like it smells bad until you try it.
I like that. It's very responsible. And here's the thing. I'll say it because I was talking about this last night. Yeah, actually, I can believe that one.
Yeah.
I have no evidence or proof.
Yeah.
But I can believe that one.
Yeah.
And if it's false, I'm not going to tell it be the end of the world.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
But here, you said you could believe it. Not that is true, and there's nothing else possible.
Yeah, sure.
I'm leaning towards this direction.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward this direction. Now, if you had told me this, I've always been a very skeptical person, even as a kid, right?
Yeah.
I've always had an open mind to these types of things. But pre all this shit that came out, I like to call it pre-2016, pre-COVID, but
Yeah.
COVID was 2020, right? So pre-2016. If you told me that, I would entertain it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, ooh, that's cool. But I'd be like, probably not true. Now that we have absolutely been lied to about almost everything,
Yeah.
I have more of a reason to be like, oh, maybe they are lying to
Yeah.
us. Are they? Who knows? But here's one thing. This
Mm-hmm.
this doesn't solidify. This isn't proof,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a good question. The Chinese calendar,
Yeah.
okay, the animal calendar. Chinese civilization, as in recorded history, whether that's true or
one of
not,
the
whatever,
oldest,
one of the oldest.
Consistently, yeah.
Yeah, one of the
lineage.
oldest, right? Thousands of years. So you're telling me they went through and they said, yeah, we'll do monkey, tiger, rabbit, rat, dog, all that stuff. That's all cool. Oh, yeah, just throw the fucking dragon in there. Just throw a dragon in there. Oh, we have billions of billions. We've had hundreds of animals we could pick from. Just throw a dragon in there.
So-
That's so fucking
So
stupid.
here's my question. It comes down. It's the same question for both topics. Talking about now that on the drag, but the Kandahar giant. Why would they lie? What is the purpose? Why would they not want that information out?
Because then it actually, if the Kandahar giant is true,
Yeah.
then now all these people who are essentially, it would, can I say this with accuracy, but wouldn't it prove the Bible? Wouldn't it prove, and then wouldn't it prove that there is more that they're not telling us? They went years and years and years and years telling us that there was evolution from the Big Bang, that the Bible's bullshit, giants don't exist, now the giants exist. Even people who are like skeptical are like, wait, what? Giants exist now? Now it starts to open up a can of worms, right? Now you have a skeptical. You don't. You're not really being. What's it called? You sort of showed your hand.
Yeah.
You're lying now.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, is it one of those things they get caught with the pants down and they just lean into it more? No, my pants aren't down. I'm blatantly see your pants are down.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Well-
You're not seeing it correctly.
Well, yeah, it's gaslighting.
Yeah.
But
But like they got caught so deep in the lie they can't come out of it now.
Sure.
Like saying the alien stuff too.
sure. Or maybe it's just all one, bro. Maybe it's just. Here's another one. Maybe it is not true, but it's just now a nice distraction, and they're like, hey, why don't you give them this story again? So now they start to fucking think about everything and
Yeah.
not really focus on what's real. Or hey, give them all these conspiracies, let them fucking think it out. So now they don't know what's real. They don't know what to trust.
they do that too.
You know what I mean? Like, I think if the giants are real, they are caught in a lie so Why didn't you tell us this from the beginning? What?
Yeah.
Who built? Here's another one.
But why would they have hidden it to begin with? Because it seems like unless the theories are true that they are some kind of like
it takes away the story of God.
But no, I mean that is like take away the God part of it because that could be contributed to it. Like maybe they are a fallen angels, whatever the story is. They do come from somewhere else, and they have different abilities than what we have, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe they're the ones that actually built the pyramids, or whatever weird shit that could be, and they don't want that out because then it loses their power. Like I don't understand what other options would be. Like I can't fathom what the possibility why they would hide it though.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one. Here's another one that sort of makes them doing something good, but I don't want them. Like not that I don't want them, but I don't trust them that they have good intentions. But here's a good intention theory. Dude, we can't have them knowing that giants are people will fucking shit a brick and go crazy.
Yeah.
Right? That's a hey, this is true, but we don't want the populace to panic, right?
Yeah.
Could that could be what is it? I hate this. What's that? And whenever someone is trying
Mass
to argue,
hysteria?
No, Occam's
razor.
Whatever is the most plausible reason is the reason. It's like, well, just because that razor exists doesn't make it the truth.
Yeah.
Who knows? Or here's one. What is that?
Occam's razor.
Occam's razor. It's actually a theory and it's not true. That's what people be like. Oh, it's just a nice little tale. Well, those people don't imagine too well.
Well, it's just a theory. It's not a physics law or something.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it's a theory. I could believe it. What's the soldiers who have come out, to my knowledge, I don't know if those are like the people that we've seen on the podcast aren't the soldiers, right?
It's all third hand.
So it's like it's either it's bullshit or they don't want to die from the government from signing an NDA. So they're not making any money off of it. They're not getting fame off of it. Why the fuck would they make up a lie that they're not in the spotlight for?
Yeah.
Why? You know what I mean?
Could be another distraction, or just,
another distraction. It's a very plausible theory.
Or it could be both true and another distraction.
Here's one though. Another to answer your question of why would they lie. Then it opens up the worms of everything else in that Bible and everything else in history. And then they don't really want... Dude, if you built a system, and that system now makes everyone dependent on you, and you're the most powerful.
Yeah.
Right? When stuff comes out contrary to that system, and then you start digging further, because we like to talk about the mind and how the healing powers, right? There's. Have you ever heard of like the bells, church bells? They actually provide frequency from healing, right? Have you ever heard?
Yeah, which is kind of the theory that people lean into with ancient Egypt and how they build stuff and whatnot.
And how like there was a video I saw. Don't know how true this is, but actual cathedrals were built for people to lay down and then absorb the bells and frequency to heal, not to be like in a sermon, right? And learning. If all that stuff's true, and it actually does heal you. You don't need the system. And if you don't need the system, you don't get controlled. So by having all this shit come out, it allows, if you don't contain it, it allows people to dig further. And people aren't stupid.
Yeah.
They're going to start to question everything. That's my theory. But you have a good point. Like, why would they lie about it? Well,
because that's a key thing is like, to understand the why behind it, I think is a big driving factor on authenticating how legit it could be, you know, because here's the thing is right, we have this theory of what it might be, and it could just be a fucking big ass giant that, you know, there was a small population because across time there's been different versions of humans. They find bodies of smaller people and all this shit all the time. So to say that giants can't exist ever is just asinine. It's very arrogant to say because we've been around for a very long time. I don't care what they say about 3,000 years, 10,000 years, all that. We've been around for a very long time. So in that time, we've gone through so many iterations and cycles of who we are with all the fucking asteroids and shit that's happened on this planet. Asteroids, tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanoes, all that stuff. So like there's going to be different versions of people that move forward. Just like there's every version of fucking dog or cat or all this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, we have a theory on it, but it may not be, like, we may be looking in the wrong direction of what that theory is, right? You know?
Could be.
Like, the whole Bigfoot thing. Maybe the Bigfoot is just the North American version of giants. And at some point, we pushed them out and they disappeared or whatever.
But like, that's a very good point. And I'm not, my only thing is this. When you hide something, you sort of screw yourself because now you put yourself like in a pickle.
Yeah.
Let's just say that that's true. Okay? Why not, as you're growing up in the history books? Hey, yeah, this said many thousand years ago, this is what we know about these giants. They don't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
Or at least we don't think they exist anymore. They used to exist, but they don't exist anymore. Why not teach that? So when something like this comes up, everyone's like, oh, yeah, we learned about that in school. Who gives a fuck? Move on with our life. Like, why wouldn't you what are you hiding? If it's true.
There must be a reason. Yeah. I don't know.
Crazy. But I thought it was cool. I thought I was definitely, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is something that you and I can talk about. When I saw it for the second time, I didn't send you it. And then the third video that I sent, the second video I sent you was the third time I saw it. I was like, all right, I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. Folks, what do you think? Let us know. Even if you don't fucking agree, let us know.
Well, that's the thing, too. It drives me nuts with people. Like, no, that's impossible. It's like, no, it's not impossible. People being 12 foot tall is not impossible. We have 8 foot tall basketball players right now. So for people being 12 foot tall is not ridiculous. It's possible, you know? And we have people that are, like, there's giantism and then dwarfism, you know, people that are 4 foot tall, 3 foot tall. Like, we have the gambit now already. Why isn't there a population of people like this?
Sure.
If it's a gene mutation, did that gene mutation comes from a different type of person that developed, that intermingled with other people, and that gene mutation just stays with us? You know, who fucking knows? Like, to be arrogant and say it's impossible, it just drives me nuts.
Or if you go back to, like, the Nephilim book in the Bible, or it's not in the Bible because it's the book of Enoch, which Bible experts will tell you is not an accurate book, but
yeah, but who told the expert
exactly?
That?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The whole Bible shit drives me nuts because also too is there's a lot of consistencies in the Bible, but what version are you going off of and all this shit? And it's been years of people coming in, as you've seen with everything, and the theories with the Sphinx and stuff. People come in after and build. The guy, I think Tim was on, or the girl before him, whatever. They're talking about like the ancient ruins, and then there's the next version of people trying to mimic what the original ruins were.
Sure.
So people come in and put their own shit on top of what's already there.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. So, same thing as with the Bible. You know, the kings and queens come through and make it their own and make their adjustments, right? The King Henry Bible is what everyone goes off of now.
Mm-hmm. King Henry Bible, yeah.
Yeah, so it's no longer the original document.
Yeah.
So you're holding that as gospel. You better fucking have a reason behind it.
Yeah,
that's everyone's just fucking arrogant. This what drives me nuts is two things, and it's across everything. It's not just these topics. People hold that they know every fucking thing and every card, and there's no possibility of anything else. Mm-hmm. They have all the facts. And the second is they can't even give space to entertaining other possibilities.
Exactly.
And that last part is the thing that pisses me off the most. Okay, cool. You think you know everything. Fine. Let's entertain. What if this is a possibility? How does this work? Is there, like, people can't do that. People can't detach from their idea.
No.
They can't do it. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's very bad. And I get not wanting to. I get, like, after a conversation, be like, hey, that was cool. I still believe what I believe, right?
Yeah.
I get that. But it's like not hearing the other side or putting people down. Or it's like, dude, let me tell you what my opinion is, and I've said this many times on the Bible. I think the Bible's real. I think those things are happening or happened. I think there's a lot more into it. Like, I think it's more of a manual showing us what we're capable of. I know I've said this on the show. And I always skeptical on the books because everyone's, oh, well, it's not, I don't know why, but they just say it's not historically accurate. It's not canon. And this, and then I'm like, well, and then I listened to the guy, Wes Hoff. My brother was like, you have to listen to Wes Hoff. He'll explain it. And I was like,
is that the guy that's saying no to everything, basically?
No, Wes Hoff is he's done so much goddamn research his entire life.
Yeah.
Where he's actually like pretty damn well knowledgeable on the Bible. Like he's a historian, but he like is an expert in the Bible. But I was listening to what he was saying. It was actually the Andrew Scholl's podcast. I listened to the full 3 hour podcast.
Oh, I remember who you're talking about. Yeah.
Bro, Great podcast, by the way.
Did they ask him some out of pocket questions too?
Well, they were asking him out of pocket questions, and Wes Huff was, credit to him, he was great, like playing along with it. He wasn't offended or anyway, and if he was hiding it. Very very charismatic dude. But he was saying something like it's been so long since I listened to that podcast, but I remember specifically with the Giants. Even he said he's like, no, I think like Giants, like they could have been, maybe everyone was smaller then and they were 6 feet, or maybe everyone was I'm paraphrasing, our height, and there was like 8 to 10 feet, 12 feet people. Like, so that would then verify what we're talking about with the Kandahar Giants, right? He basically said something where he's like, well, there's what the Bible says, like there's like, I'm not going to do it justice by saying it because I completely forgot, but basically the question was posed to him about how there's interpretations in the Bible and some are literal and some aren't. And he's like, well, no, there was facts on both of them. I just choose to believe this one. It was a very specific part. I'm like, oh, so you're choosing to believe that. So now it doesn't make the other one completely false. Yeah. It's just you don't believe it.
It's your opinion.
It's your opinion. And there was one that was really good. I have to re-listen to that podcast. And there was a couple other videos that I have yet to watch that my brother sent me. Here's the thing about Wes Huff. If we had a debate right now, he would be very respectful. Yeah. Right? He would know more about me.
Yeah. More about it than you.
More about it than me. But he's like, there would be certain topics I could challenge him on, that anyone could challenge him on, that Andrew Scholes challenged him on. And while he did pose his answer, the answer, in my opinion, isn't indicative of it being fact, more so his opinion.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and that's fine. Dude, everything I'm saying here, I'm basing off of my experiences and my beliefs.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care if you don't agree with me. This is what I believe.
Yeah.
But I'll hear you out.
For sure. And that's the important part.
Yeah.
That's I wish more people did that. Drives me nuts. People just have no inkling of possibility outside their own thought process.
Sure.
And it's I don't think it's an intelligence level, but I do feel like the dumber you are, the more you lean into that.
Yeah.
The more you, not necessarily, but I feel like people that, I don't know,
Sit. Good go.
I've seen across the board. I've seen very intelligent people too have that mindset of like, no, I know everything. I'm so smart. I can figure everything out. Yeah, I don't know, but it's the lack of being able to detach from your thoughts and just entertain another possibility, right?
Sure.
I can entertain flat Earth all you want. Yeah, tell me about it. Let me hear. I want to understand how this works. But you gotta. No, it's a very hard sell for me to convince me flat Earth is flat.
It would have to be evidence.
Dude, I did land surveying since I was in high school, and everything's based on the globe and different projections of the globe and like the accuracy of that and satellites and all that. So I don't know how that you can convince me otherwise. The two is you look at every other fucking planet anywhere in the world, in the galaxy. In our universe, and like we're the only one that's flat, or the whole space is made up. No, I'm sorry.
No, that
kick rocks.
No, my thing.
They gotta go change light bulbs to replace the stars. What are we talking about here?
Good point. Here's my thing. The word flat Earth. I'm thinking that the word flat Earth, I think, is a nice. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the psychological warfare?
Yeah.
Or that's not what I meant. Psychological warfare, but
psyop. Yeah.
Psyop. Thank you.
Psychological warfare. Psyop.
Yeah. So that psyop is this: what if, not that the world's flat, but there's more to the world that they're telling us, and when you say that, the immediate,
Hollow Earth.
Yeah, like Hollow Earth, right? You say that, okay? That still intends that there are two poles and a globe.
Even Hollow Earth can be considered a psyop too, because what happens? They were talking about on the episode of people that lived on the ground.
Yeah.
There doesn't have to be hollow for them to live 400 meters on the ground.
No, 100%.
You know, we're not even close to. We're not even 10% in the Earth's crust.
Exactly.
The crust, not even the rest of the Earth. So like the Earth doesn't have to be hollow for us to live in the Earth.
100%. Now, but what I'm saying is, with that shit, like if you were to bring up Hollow Earth,
Yeah.
someone who's not into conspiracies, what's the first thing they're going to call you? Oh, so you believe the Earth is flat? I never said that.
Yeah.
But it immediately delegitimizes your argument.
Yeah. They do this all the time with conspiracy theories. I was just watching something, the Breaking Points with Sagar and whatever her name is. But Sagar is on this whole thing that we know for a fact now. They won't talk about it, but it's a fact that COVID came from a gain-of-function research lab in Wuhan, which is Fauci changed with gain-of-function research. Yeah, but COVID has coronavirus is an existing virus. It exists. We are not saying they created coronavirus. We're saying they created COVID-19. Not the coronavirus, COVID-19. Sagar had a post, and fucking Facebook is just rage baiting me lately. I had to turn it off. Lyme's disease, there was a research lab in Lyme, Connecticut, and this is where all the cases came from, and has spread out from there. And people saying Lyme has existed for hundreds of thousands of years. That's not the conversation we're having. We're not saying they created Lyme disease. We're saying they weaponized Lyme disease.
Sure.
And it drives me fucking nuts because people do that. But I also blame him for his wording.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say they created Lyme disease. This is why I'm so fucking detailed oriented talking about this stuff is, no, it's not this. It is very specifically Lyme has existed. It always has existed. There's strong evidence that they were manipulating that virus, disease, whatever it is, and has now weaponized it to be extremely deadly. And it came from a lab in that area. There's strong evidence for that.
Yeah.
There's no facts. We're never going to get a fact of it. But if you just look statistically, with the location of where things have spread out from, and the lab that was doing research on bioweapons, they're in the same fucking spot.
Yeah.
Statistically, it's almost impossible for that to just be a coincidence.
I know.
It's
crazy.
But they did not create Lyme's disease. They weaponized it.
Sure.
That's a key detail.
That is key detail.
But that's the whole thing. Back to all that we're talking about is they'll throw out stuff and then it's like, oh, so you believe in this or that. It's like, no, you're misrepresenting what I'm saying across the board.
Yeah.
And you're being an asshole, not you, but the people that you have, because you're not even entertaining my thought process. You're being a dick. You were just arguing against what I'm saying.
Well, when you step out of the matrix, you start to see the hypocrisy in people's arguments, and actually, I don't engage in it anymore. I very rarely engage in it.
Yeah,
I'll very rarely engage in it. And but yeah, people will just stick to their fucking guns, and even people who are very smart, who like have good. Who have good points and have done their research just with certain things will just stick to it. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a thing I struggle with. Is my whole life I've been able to like entertain other ideas, and I don't understand why other people can't. They just dig their heels
because I think they think that by entertaining other ideas, they are misconstruing that with they have to change their mind and now believe it. Dude, I'll entertain the idea. I'm not, but if there's nothing that you pique my interest in, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I reject that. Interesting,
but you entertain it.
I entertain it. I was like, I'll reject it.
Just be respectful.
Hey,
you have a thought. Let me hear it.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. It drives me nuts that people can't do that.
No, it's crazy.
Like it really fucking pushes my buttons. Yeah. So I just told everyone how to fucking get under my skin. Well, I'm screwed.
Oh, I think we're good there. That's all. Cut it there, folks. Remember, I don't know. Just fucking look it up yourselves. Entertain the ideas. If you don't want to, fine. But just because, like, if your response to something is, oh, that's impossible, Occam razor, or whatever the fuck it's called, like, doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean that what we're saying here are right. But we all have beliefs. Love you guys. Let us know down in the comments. Let us know two things. What is the one little difference that you're seeing in this episode? And two, what's your thoughts on the Kandahar Giants? What's your thoughts on why are they true? Why would they lie about them? What's your thoughts on all that shit? We love you guys. We'll see you next week. We'll take it from there.